What's for dinner?
Hey everyone, I'm Chef Z and welcome back to a new episode of Chef Z Cooks. Today I have an insanely delicious recipe. We are making some bang shrimp and you're going to be surprised just how easy it is. And not only that, but this recipe is super versatile, so you can have it as a shrimp bowl or you can even have it as part of your taco night. Now, as always, I am super hungry. Make sure I get my chopsticks on hand. I'm gonna go ahead and take a bite and we're gonna jump right into the recipe. Oh my God, so good, look at that. Bang shrimp is super easy to make, and honestly this is quickly going to become one of your favorite recipes. Now, to kick things off, we're actually going to begin by making the sauce, which is really easy. We're going to take some Kewpie mayonnaise, which is a Japanese style mayonnaise. Now, if you've never had this mayonnaise, I highly recommend that you get some. It's becoming more and more popular, and you can actually find it at some big chain stores like Walmart and Target. But if you can't find the Kewpie mayonnaise, no worries, a regular mayonnaise will also do. Now to that, we're also going to add some Thai chili sauce, which is a nice blend of sweet and spicy. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm also going to add some Sriracha. Now, when it comes to the sauce, you can make it as spicy as you like and as creamy as you like. Now, if you want the sauce to be a little bit sweeter, feel free to add a dash of honey to the sauce as well. And you can even doctor it up by adding a little bit of onion powder and garlic powder. Honestly, the way it comes out is how I like it. I do like to test it just for the heat level. Now, my mom really likes it really spicy, so sometimes I add a little extra Sriracha, but I like it just right. So I'm just gonna go ahead and set that off to the side. And next up, we're now going to start seasoning our shrimp. Now, I am using wild caught raw extra large shrimp, but you can use any size. I just recommend that you use nothing smaller than medium sized shrimp, just so that they don't get lost in the sauce. Now, to the shrimp, we're going to add some kosher salt, some black pepper, some garlic powder, along with some onion powder and some smoked paprika. You can use regular paprika, and we're going to mix everything until it's well combined. Now, if you can see, I was definitely very generous when it came to the seasoning, and that's because I'm also going to add some buttermilk. So I just want to make sure that the shrimp is coated with all of that yummy flavor. Now, the buttermilk is going to help tenderize the shrimp, and it's also going to make sure that the shrimp comes out so crispy once we bread it later on. Now, if you don't have buttermilk, you can actually make your own, and I'll include directions for that down in the description box, but you can also use some heavy cream as well. We're going to set that off to the side, and we're going to let it sit in the buttermilk mixture for about 20 to 30 minutes. And now we're going to create the breading by combining some kosher salt along with some garlic powder, onion powder, and that smoked paprika. Now, if you notice, we did use those same seasonings that we used to season the shrimp, and that's because we want to carry that flavor all throughout the process. So I always like to season my breading, even if just a little bit. Now, after those 20 to 30 minutes are up, we're now going to start breading our shrimp. And this is honestly a great place to get those kids involved if they like to get their hands dirty, because this is super fun. So we're just going to place the shrimp into the breading, and you want to make sure that it has a good amount of sauce but not too much. And then with the fork, we're just going to very gently just toss them into the breading. Now, you want to make sure that it's not overly coated, so if you just want to give it a light little dusting and then set it off to the side onto some parchment paper. Now, this honestly takes a while, and if you have some help, you can definitely move this along. I highly recommend that you actually season the shrimp, and if you want to let it marinate in the fridge, go ahead and do so, but bread them just before you're about to fry them. So you want to get your oil nice and hot over medium-high heat, and that's roughly at about 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And then we're just very gently going to place the shrimp one by one, making sure not to overcrowd the pot. Now remember, shrimp takes no time to cook, so honestly we're going to cook this no more than about 4 minutes total, flipping them halfway through, and your cook times will vary depending on the size of shrimp that you have. So once you have fried all of the shrimp, we're now going to take that yummy bang bang sauce and we're going to very carefully just place it over the shrimp. And then we're going to take a spatula and just very gently toss it into the sauce, because you want to make sure that that breading stays onto the shrimp and you want to make sure that it stays nice and crispy. Now, one of the things that happens is that because the shrimp is hot, it actually kind of caramelizes the sauce ever so slightly, because remember we did add some Thai chili sauce to it and it really enhances the flavor. Now you can definitely use this as a shrimp recipe for an appetizer or even for taco night, and honestly you're going to love it. Now at the very end, I do let it sit for about 5 to 10 minutes, and as you can see, that sauce just takes on a whole new color. It tastes so good, and then I just like to garnish it with some scallions for extra bite. Now for the full recipe, be sure and visit my website chefzcooks.com, and until next week, I'm Chef Z y buen provecho.
Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Now, if you have any questions, be sure to comment down below and visit my website, Chef Z Cooks, for more detail. Don't go too far. Subscribe so that you don't miss out on any tasty recipes. And if you need some ideas on what to cook next, you know what to do. Click right there and I'll be back in no time. Oh, time to eat. Look at that, look at that. Ooh, that's a big bite. Should I do it?